This oiler doesn't work very well. You're supposed to be able to pull it out and then it stays out, and the spring is supposed to just push oil to the ways. So I'm going to pull this out and see if I can see what's wrong with it. Well, look at this crap. So I'm just going to say there's a better than average chance that that's what's in the actual pump and causing the problem. That's what's in there. So I just have to get in there and scrape it out. This has been a chore, but I managed to win the day by copious amounts of WD-40 and then by scrubbing out the depths with a 3M Scotch-Brite pad, and I'm not afraid to mention the brand because it's good quality stuff, and by applying it with a pointed stick and by pretending to be a rotary tool of sorts. And with not all that much effort, honestly, and a little bit of this kind of action and a little bit of, you know, in and out action, we've basically achieved success. There's a couple of small loose bits in there. Yeah, but anyway, I'll give that a blowout with compressed air and finish cleaning it out. And I've given this a light scrape as well, just to get the loose paint off of there. This is the pump oiler, and it was in the machine like this. And when you look at it, you can see the line from where it was basically sat in that crap load of sludge. So I think that what's happened is that this, which is the entry hole, this is where oil gets pulled into the pump, was basically blocked by sludge. And that's probably all that's really wrong with it. But now we've got it apart, it's worth giving it a bit of a strip down and a service. To aid in that, I did procure from Bijur, the only spares that are available for this pump, because this is now obsolete, and there's only a few parts that they carry for it, and they are the sort of parts, for the most part, I could make. Since they had the gaskets, I decided to just buy those. They were cheap. Non-return valve. None of these are especially expensive, and I've bought double the quantity, so I've got spares on hand. Lovely colour cork seals, look. Okay, if I'd known that, I'd have just figured out O-rings to use. And there's a few more cork seals. Well, I'm sure they work fine. So let's see what we can do with it. Right. There's some crap in the bottom of this that needs to come out. This is basically, I think this is a one-way valve plunger. Now they don't sell these seals for this pump anymore. These seem to actually be pliable and working, so I'm going to try it as is. If I need to, I bet I could make some kind of a replacement. Easy enough. You know, thick washer would do it. It doesn't have to have this cup arrangement, but I think these are still going to work. So I'm going to clean all this up. And similarly, this just needs a clean up, and do have a new seal for in there. Let us see if excellent. That is rock hard. That looks like a rubber washer. Yeah. No, mate, is that a paper gasket? I think that was a rubber washer. I ain't going to seal shit now, so we'll have to make one of them. That's no big deal. So here's how it works. You pull the plunger up, oil goes in through this hole, comes up past these little veins, past the ball, fills the cavity. And then the spring pushes the oil back down the tube, and it forces the ball back against the seat back here, so that the oil can't return into the reservoir and instead goes up a channel and into this hole where it goes out of the pipe and out to the ways. So this is the crux of the matter, and it's absolutely full of crap in this in the end here. So the ideal thing would be to get the ball out. You can see 4 little stakes where that sort of serrated ring is staked in place. The thing to do at this point is use some chemicals. Here's our can of Berryman's carburetor and parts cleaner. I've never seen anything clean carburetors like this has. There's a lot of guff about that, of course. People recommend Pine Sol, and that does work. Not like this. Don't get any on you. So it comes with this, I don't know if you can still get it. Comes with this little basket. It will attack rubber parts. I don't think there's any rubber parts in there anymore. And the same here. And I think it will attack paint, pretty sure. I don't care about paint coming off of these. So in we go. And yeah, I'm going to give them a bit of a soak. And then what you do, you rinse them off with water and blow them all out with compressed air, and life is good. While they're soaking, we'll give these a bit of a clean. Right, I am going to take a shortcut. I am not going to dismantle that, because these cups, these piston cups, seem just fine, and I don't want to damage them. So. Okay. Right, let's see what we've got. You don't want to soak things too long. This stuff can attack metals. Gave that a good blowout, and I think we got all the crap out of there. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm going to spray this with oil, blow it out, and then try a reassembly. Difficult to say. This may have been a leather washer, but I think a rubber one will do. And I don't have one that size, but what I do have is an old motorcycle inner tube, and it's worth keeping one around for situations like this, because I think this will work. Okay, here we are back at the mill. This is all cleaned out. Here's our rebuilt pump, and important thing to note is the feed hole has to be downwards when this is in place. And because I used a homemade seal in here, that changed the rotational relationship a bit, and I had to take it apart and put a little spacer in there just to position things properly. Anyway, new gasket, new seal there, new cork seal, and we'll apply a little oil. Yeah. Okay, and one last thing is to reconnect this pipe. Now, a word on these compression fittings. You have to be a bit careful. you over tighten them, you can crimp the tube shut. I have seen it done. Oh, different size spanner. Sounds like it's doing something. Let's get some oil in there. This is Mobile Vectra oil number 2, whey oil. And now the moment of truth. Lovely. Now I have fairly high confidence that the tubes are okay that feed all the various ways, because I did see this oiler actually oil when I first brought this into the shop. It just wasn't working right. And when I first brought it in, you could, if you kind of pumped it by hand, you could get it to fill up with oil, and then it would push oil out. And then it just, as it got blocked up with crap, it just stopped doing that. So seems to be working. Job's a good one. Well, that was a satisfying repair. Wasn't particularly difficult to do. Had to make a couple of my own small, silly, easy parts there. If the leather cups for the piston hadn't gone in and had been destroyed, since you can't get those parts anymore, then what I would have done would have been to machine up a brass piston with O-rings in it. No big deal. And if for some reason it fails, that's what I'll do. But it looks like it's working. And I've verified the oil is coming out on the ways in various places. So, fantastic. Thank you for watching. Please honour me with a subscription and a like if you would. It costs you nothing and helps me to grow this channel and get it out to other people who might be interested. For now though, until the next time, have fun, be well, stay safe, and as always, may your dimensions be in tolerance and your surface finishes chatter free. Be seeing you.